What's up, guys? Coming to you today with a full slate of NBA action here on Wednesday, November 5th. I'll give you my favorite picks on the side and over-under on each game, and look at some player props, and I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock. So slam that like button and subscribe to the channel to make sure you keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally read and answer every comment I get. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and you should definitely check back a couple of times throughout the day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, still have quite a few irons in the fire. We did already cash Okongwu over 0.5 made threes. He had 4 threes attempted and made 2 of them by the halfway mark of the fourth quarter, so getting us a very comfortable cash there to start the day. Unfortunately, a bit of bad luck there on the overplay on that Charlotte-New Orleans game. A brutal fourth quarter from the Hornets cost them the game and cost us the over, as a final score of 112 to 116 leaves us just a few buckets short. Very tilting stuff down the stretch from a couple teams that always seem like they find a way to disappoint us. We still get the Warriors at minus 10.5. They're off to an excellent start, leading big at halftime there over the Suns. We'll see if they can hold on. We've got Kuminga over 2.5 assists at minus 130. He's already got 2 assists in this game, so we only need 1 more from him. Hopefully, both of those will end up being nice green check marks for us. We had the 76ers at plus 1.5 as our dog of the day, and we lose our dog of the day by half a point, with the 76ers losing 111 to 113. They blow a huge lead to blow a game that they should have comfortably won for us straight up there. So very annoying stuff there from the 76ers. And we still have the Oklahoma City Thunder minus 5.5 live as our massive lock of the day. So we're hoping they can come through for us there against the Clippers, who are playing on back-to-back nights, should be a little tired. So we'll see how those go. Still, like I said, a lot of irons in the fire. Looking like a pretty reasonable premium day over there, although once again, quite a few games yet to finish there. But we'll recap all that here in a couple minutes, guys. But we're going to go ahead and dive in. We've got lots of games to cover here on the NBA side, and also a lot of good news there for the NBA premium bettors. We had another undefeated 2-0 day there on NBA player props. We'll be looking at that as well as the rest of the premium picks for sure. So let's go ahead and get after it. First up, we're going to be looking at the Philadelphia 76ers here as they go on the road to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. On Tuesday, like we were just talking about, the 76ers had a pretty massive implosion to eventually lose that game by 2 points. Really looked bad there in the second half. Maxey had a big night out there, no doubt about that, putting up 39 points. Monster performance from him. Embiid in 26 minutes scored 20 points. The bench, though, came pretty small. Quentin Grimes only 10 points in 30 minutes, and nobody else really going nuts. Jared McCain in his first game back scored 0 points in his 15 minutes. Not exactly a great look there. So we'll see what they can do to bounce back in this one. Obviously, we expect some injury concerns here for the 76ers playing on back-to-back nights. I think there's very little to no chance that we see Joel Embiid in this game, but everybody else young, rested, and pretty much ready to go here. I'm expecting a Maxey, Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre all be ready to go. Jared McCain, will they play him on back-to-back nights? I'm not sure. He can't possibly play much worse than he did in game 1 back this season, so we'll see what goes on, but I am generally expecting them to be, healthy, with the exception here of Joel Embiid. Now, they're in Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers, who are only 4-3 on the season. They did manage to get a win against the Atlanta Hawks their last time out, but that was after losing 2 in a row, falling at Boston and then at home against the Raptors. So Cleveland, definitely a team trying to make their way back. Garland could potentially come back here on Wednesday. So that would be a big deal for the squad. They could use every bit of help that they can get. Now, in their loss against in their narrow win there, that 8-point win over the Atlanta Hawks, Larry Nance Jr. actually played 25 minutes. Didn't do too much there in the starting lineup, only 1 of 9 from the field, but DeAndre Hunter, middling day from him, 5 of 14 from the field. Evan Mobley, 6 of 16, but Donovan Mitchell took out his do-it-all kit, went 12 of 21 from the field, 8 of 15 from 3, a very elite level performance from him, and they needed it. Not a ton cooking there on the bench. I mean, Dean Wade still playing a solid 11 points, 6 boards, 3 assists off the pine for him, but yeah, as a team, they needed every bit of what they were getting there from Donovan Mitchell. Definitely still a squad that's missing a lot of important pieces here, and once they get healthy, then we'll get a real chance to see how good this Cavaliers team actually can be. And, if Garland really is back for this game, that could be a big step in the right direction. They've clearly been missing Sam Merrill there coming off the bench, dealing with that hip issue. He's questionable for this game. Jarrett Allen is also on the injury report. He's listed as questionable for this one as well with that finger issue. We'll see if he's able to come back, see how consistent he can be out there. Dealing with a finger injury is not necessarily easy. So looking at the numbers, they're all over the place with all this late breaking news on who's going to be available, who's not. The Cavaliers, you can find numbers all the way from minus 9.5 up to minus 11. We've got a total of 233.5. The 76ers are 5-2, I believe it is now, against the spread, and 5-1 to the over. They are playing on no rest here, like we said. Cleveland only 2-5 against the spread, 5-2 to the under. This game's a bit hard to figure out without a little bit more clarity on the injury situation. I'm going to be leaning a bit towards 76ers here. If you really can get them plus 11, that feels like a lot of points, and working Garland back into the mix could lead to a bit of growing pains here for the Cavaliers. We'll see how that goes, but right now, without all the injury information available, we're going to be leaning a bit towards the 76ers and all those points. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Utah Jazz going on the road to take on the Detroit Pistons. The Jazz are 3-4 on the season, coming off a big 105-103 win there over the Celtics, with Nurkic making that last-second putback to give them the win. The Jazz have actually been a pretty spunky team here to start the year, making things close, playing a lot of tough games. Markkanen's played well out of the gate. Not necessarily an amazing performance there against the Celtics. Only 20 points, 7 of 17 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. So nothing too incredible there. Keontae George, 31 points in the game, was still a minus 11, though. The bench is what really came up huge. Kevin Love, Kyle Filipowski, all playing great off the bench. Like we saw from Walter Clayton Jr., he continues to play really, really well. 7 points and 6 assists for him coming off the pine with 0 turnovers. So he's showing tons of poise here as a professional. We'll see if he can keep that rolling. Now, the Jazz, obviously not a team necessarily designed to compete this season, but they've been competing, and they're pretty healthy coming into this game. The only injury concern right now is Walker Kessler. He's still on the injury report, dealing with that shoulder issue, did not travel with the team there to Charlotte. He's going to be undergoing further testing. We don't really expect to see him back for this game that they're going to be playing in Detroit against this Pistons team that's 5-2 on the season. Detroit's actually won 3 in a row. Got off to a bit of an up and down start, but seems like they've straightened things out. Their last time out, a nice 114-106 win on the road over the Memphis Grizzlies. So you love to see it. Cade playing great in that game. 33 points, 12 of 20 from the field. So very, very good work there. Duncan Robinson starting to work his way into the mix. Only 11 points in 40 minutes doesn't exactly look incredible. The bench did play well, though. Holland, a good day out there, putting up 14 points. Jalen Duren played well. Isaiah Stewart really played out of his mind. 26 points, 14 boards, 4 assists, and 4 blocks. A monster performance from him. So we'll see if they can replicate any of that here playing at home against the Jazz. They are relatively healthy coming into this game, with the major exception there of Tobias Harris. He's likely to miss this. No, he's officially going to miss this one, confirmed out with that ankle issue. So they won't have him. Haven't had him in a little bit since that game against Dallas. So we'll see what they can do without him. I think they're going to be relatively okay, but looking at the numbers here, guys, the Pistons are 10.5 point favorites at home. We've got a total of 231.5 in this game. Utah's 5-2 against the spread. They're 4-3 to the under. Detroit's 5-2 against the spread. They are 3-1 to the over-under. Guys, I'm going to be taking the Utah Jazz here, getting 10.5 points. That's just way too many points. I know the Pistons are a good team, but I don't know if they're a blowout Western Conference teams that are trying kind of unit. So I will be on the Jazz here, getting 10.5 points as a potential dog of the day. Don't really have a major lean on the total in this one, but we do have some player props that I like. And first up, I'll take Keontae George here over 24.5 points plus rebounds. He's been playing out of his mind here in the early goings. He's been over this number in all of his last 5 games, smashing it against the Celtics, where he scored 31 points and had 5 rebounds. So I'm expecting him to stay on a roll. On the other hand, I'll take Nurkic here under 20.5 points plus rebounds at minus 115. He's been under this number in 3 of his last 4 games. While he might be getting the minutes bump here with Walker Kessler out, I don't think that's going to be enough here against a Pistons team that's really hard-nosed on the interior and can limit both his scoring and his rebounding. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members get daily NBA, NHL, UFC, NFL, college football, and now college basketball picks. We had an extremely solid run going there on the NBA premium props. They've been on a very, very hot streak, going 2-0 there yesterday to continue that little run. So that's been great to see. College basketball having a nice 2-1 day on the premium side as well. So lots of good stuff cooking over there in the premium section at StumpTheSpread.com. You also want to get over there and check out the free picks under the free picks section over there. Lots of those posted every single day. Definitely want to get in on that. Want to get in on the free to use bet size calculator. Make sure you're not losing your entire bankroll on 1 or 2 bad days. And guys, that's where you'll go to get on our free email newsletter. It's a great resource. Every single day, you'll be getting at least one free pick in that email every single day. All you have to do to sign up for those emails is go to StumpTheSpread.com by clicking the link in the description. Click that little green button at the top right hand corner there that says log in. That'll prompt you to create a free account. All they're asking for is your name and your email address. That's it. And you'll get one email straight to your inbox every single day with at least one free pick, oftentimes 2 or 3 free picks, parlays, information on niche sports betting, golf, NASCAR, tennis, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Touchdown props every single Sunday. Those have been popping off, going nuts. We hit 3 touchdown props there last weekend. So very, very good stuff. That email list is a great, great resource. Definitely want to make sure you're on there. It's absolutely free. And once you're on that list, it's 0 effort. You're just going to get that information for free every single day. But you also want to get over there and check out the premium stuff at stumpthespread.com, guys. Tons and tons of work going into those picks every single day. We have a team of experienced cappers over there covering all those major sports. Each one of them has over a decade's worth of experience and looking like a very solid November 4th out there, cashing a very solid overplay there on the Flyers. Canadians did break out that underplay on the Bruins Islanders with that game going into overtime, so that was a bit unlucky. Still a couple hockey picks cooking there as well, Anaheim and the Red Wings. Now, Kentucky minus 30.5, they were in a huge bounce back spot after an exhibition loss, and while they did get a big win, it wasn't quite big enough. But we cashed Duke minus 9.5. They pulled away from Texas there late. We had Tennessee Martin plus 17.5. That was an easy cash there. A nice little win. We've got the Thunder minus 5.5. They're down one at a halftime, actually, but I do expect the Clippers to be tired there in the second half and to fade there late. Our NBA props went a perfect 2-0. AJ Green knocked down plenty of threes to get over that 2.5 made threes mark. Kelly Oubre got over his 14.5 points, so we cashed that one as well. And on the college football side, Ohio coming through with a 4-point win, getting us the win and covers a nice 1-unit play there. So looking like a very profitable day out there on November 4th for the premium members. So definitely get in on that if you guys are interested. Also, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, click that little join button right below the video to sign up for a YouTube channel membership. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos, get their name up on screen in every single video, but maybe most importantly, they get in on our members only giveaways. Guys, we give away a Stump the Spread hoodie here every single week. We're up to like 113 members now, so if we can get that number up to 125, we're going to up that to 2 giveaways every single week. So definitely get in on that if you're interested, guys. It's very easy. You just click the little join button right below the video and you'll be one of our YouTube channel members. So get in on that. And guys, let's go ahead and dive back in. We've got a full slate of NBA action here to cover. And next up, we're going to be looking at the Brooklyn Nets as they go on the road to take on the Indiana Pacers. The Nets come into this game still looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-7. They just got blown out by the Timberwolves. Not a lot of stuff going right for Brooklyn. Cam Thomas not adjusting his style of play at all, and we're seeing big adjustments to the style of play there coming out of guys like Michael Porter Jr. Now, in their last game, Michael Porter Jr. did not play. Cam Thomas, 25 points, 3 assists, a massive assist night for him. Shot the ball 24 times, and he wonders why nobody wanted to pay him in the offseason. Kind of crazy work there. This is a straight up bad team, so we'll see what they can do in this one. Probably not expecting any miracles. They will have Michael Porter Jr. ready to go for this game, but yeah, really not super stoked about anything I'm seeing on this roster. Now they're heading to Indiana to take on the Pacers. Indiana 1-6 on the season, very banged up. This is a team that's played with a lot of pride. They barely lost via a buzzer beater there against the Milwaukee Bucks their last time out. They beat the Warriors in a pretty crazy game, but this team is just stretched pretty thin. Now in that loss against the Bucks, we love what we saw from Pascal Siakam. He's a consummate professional, putting up a 32-piece in that loss. A very tough way to lose. We saw Isaiah Jackson put up 21 points. Walker 18, Aaron Nesmith 17, but not a lot left there for the bench. A pretty bad bench unit at this point, with the Pacers just missing so many guys due to injury. Nemhard, Mathurin, both still on the injury report. Quentin Jackson on there as well. Obviously not going to be seeing Obi Toppin for a while, and not going to see Tyrese Halliburton this season. So a lot of bad news there for the Indiana Pacers. Now looking at the numbers for this game, they are 6.5-point favorites, but with Nemhard already confirmed out and Mathurin confirmed out, that does feel like a little bit much potentially. We've got a total of 232.5. Brooklyn 2-4-1 against the spread this year, 5-2 to the over. The Pacers 5-2 against the spread and 5-2 to the under. I am going to be leaning just a hair here towards the Brooklyn Nets plus 6.5. I think they could keep things close here against the Pacers, but I'm not too interested in that. Much better, I would like the over 232.5 in this game. All that being said, though, nothing from this one's going to make the pinned comment, guys. I don't trust either one of these teams right now, and I barely recognize the guys that I'm seeing on the court right now from the Indiana Pacers. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Washington Wizards heading to Boston to take on the Celtics. The Wizards, fresh off a 119-102 loss there against the Knicks. They are 1-6 on the season, and it's looking awfully bleak. Now, Sarr is playing well. That's a big step in the right direction for this franchise in general. Kaishan George is having some good nights out there as well. Guys like CJ McCollum, guys like Chris Middleton aren't really doing a great job of upping their trade value or anything like that. These dudes just seem sick of life there in Washington. So we'll see what happens with that down the stretch, but really not a ton of positives here for the Washington Wizards in terms of being competitive on a nightly basis. Now, Chris Middleton will be out for this game. He confirmed out with that knee issue. Just seems like he can't really, I haven't seen any major news on how severe of an injury that is, but feels like the poor guy just can't really bring himself to be part of this ineptitude. So we'll see what they can do here heading to Boston to take on the Celtics. Boston, they've lost 2 in a row, including a 105-103 loss there against the Jazz. A late no call that Jaylen Brown is saying is unacceptable. That kind of stuff is going to happen, man. Like, you're not playing on a championship team anymore. He put up 36 points in the loss. Congrats. You guys did not play great defense in that game, and the bench was pretty mediocre outside of Anthony Simons. Honestly, the starters were pretty bad outside of Jaylen Brown. Peyton Pritchard actually had a pretty good day, but overall, things are just looking very, very rough right now for the Boston Celtics. Looking at their injury report, it's a clean injury report. Like, nobody on there meaningful, so they're as ready to go as you're going to see them this year, but man, it is looking bleak. Like, Derek White, Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, all solid. Other than that, it gets real dark, real fast. So we'll see what the Celtics can do in this one. They are 11.5 point favorites. We've got a total of 229.5. Washington's only 1-6 against the spread this year. They are 4-3 to the over. Boston's 2-6 against the spread. They are 5-3 to the under. This isn't a game where I'm having a ton of interest. I'm going to lean just a bit towards the Wizards here, getting 11.5 points, because getting to a 12-point win for the Celtics feels a little bit tough, and the Wizards do occasionally have some fight, and then they've got some young players with plenty to prove, so I will lean towards Washington in the points, but this one not going in the pinned comment. Next up, guys, we got our first ESPN game of the day. We're looking at the Minnesota Timberwolves heading to New York to take on the Knicks. The Timberwolves are 4-3 on the season. They just knocked off the Nets and the Hornets, so taking care of business in the easy ones is very important here, as they're missing Anthony Edwards. Now, in that win, Dante DiVincenzo was actually the leading scorer, putting up 25 points, 8 of 17 from the field. Finally seems like he's finding his groove this season after getting off to a rough start. He went 6 of 13 from 3 in the game. As a team, we saw a very solid 40% shooting night there from Minnesota. Julius Randle, 19 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds, so a nice triple-double there for Julius Randle. The bench, I mean, Naz Reid played amazing, and they're going to need him to continue to play amazing as this team deals with the absence of their superstar. Anthony Edwards being out, it's a bad look for this squad, honestly. That hamstring issue, he is officially questionable for this game against the Knicks, so there is some chance that he ends up playing, but if you look at the spread for this game, it seems to indicate to me that he's probably not going to be out there, but we'll have to wait and see. Other than that, the Timberwolves are healthy coming into this game as they're taking on the Knicks. New York, they're 4-3 on the season. They beat the Wizards and the Bulls over their last 2, so sounds like they're headed in the right direction in that win over the Wizards. Obviously, it's the Wizards, so let's not get too hyped up. Cat had a very good game out there. He put up 33 points and 13 boards. Liked what we saw from Mikal Bridges. He was only 4 of 8 from the field, and him not shooting a ton of shots, honestly, not a bad thing. Jalen Brunson, 16 points, 6 of 17 from the field, only 1 of 5 from 3, still struggling a little bit with his 3-point shot. And the bench came up big. Jordan Clarkson, 15 points off the pine. Josh Hart, 12 points off the pine. If they can get those kind of performances from those guys, that's going to be a big boost for this Knicks team that isn't really at, like full strength. We've seen Mitchell Robinson missing time in and out of the lineup. We'll see if he's available for this one. Sounds like there's a chance that he plays in this game, obviously, but we will have to wait and see on that. They're keeping it very close to chest, very up in the air. Now, in terms of the numbers for this game, the Knicks are 5.5 point favorites. We've got a total of 230.5. Minnesota's 2-5 against the spread, 5-2 to the over. The Knicks 4-3 against the spread, 4-3 to the over. This is another spot where I'm considering over. Over 230.5 seems very reasonable to me in this game, especially if Anthony Edwards comes back. Now, there is a very reasonable chance that he won't come back for this game, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But I do like the over. I also think the Timberwolves here, plus 5.5, is pretty reasonable, whether Ant comes back or not. But my bigger lean in this game, very much going to be that over until we have more clarity on the injury situation. Cruising through these games, guys, we're looking at the Houston Rockets heading to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. The Rockets are 4-2 on the season. They've won their last 4 in a row after losing their first 2 in a row out of the gates. A 110-102 win there over the Mavericks was a bit more competitive than we would have expected. Amen Thompson came up massive in his 39 minutes, putting up 27 points, 5 boards, and 4 assists. He was 1 of 3 from 3, but 11 of 18 from the field in general. Kevin Durant, 38 minutes. Seems like an awful lot of minutes to be playing KD. It is early in the season. He shot the ball kind of mediocre, only had 21 points, 27 for Amen Thompson, and Sengun, 26 in his 40 minutes. Didn't quite flirt with a triple-double, but played well. The bench for the Rockets is starting to worry me. It's just not looking great. They're putting up plus numbers, but I mean, the leading scorer off the bench was Aaron Holiday, who scored 6 points in his 10 minutes. Like, that does not get me super excited for the depth here on this Rockets team. Now, in terms of the injury report, Jabari Smith Jr. being out and missing time has been a problem. Seems like there's a chance he comes back for this game. He is questionable with that ankle issue. Dorian Finney-Smith, when he does eventually make his return or his debut here, that'll be a big deal, but he's ruled out for this game. And Steven Adams finds himself on the injury list as well with that hip issue. He is officially questionable. So we'll see who of those guys they have available as they head to Memphis to take on the Grizzlies, who are 3-5 on the season. They've lost 3 in a row. We've seen Ja Morant get suspended for a game for conduct detrimental to the team. And yeah, it's looking like things are about to get real messy there in Memphis. We'll see what happens, but losses against the Pistons, Raptors, and Lakers have not made things better. In that loss against the Pistons, we didn't necessarily love the way things looked. I mean, Ja played okay, I guess. 18 points in 35 minutes, 10 assists, 5 rebounds, 5 turnovers as well. Only 5 of 16 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. That three-point shot is looking terrible. I mean, the Grizzlies just aren't a team that are shooting the ball very well at all from distance. I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr., 4 of 7 from 3. You don't really want him having to be your leading shooter, but we did like what we saw from long range from Cam Spencer. We like what we saw from Cedric Coward. So maybe the depth is what's going to save this team. We'll have to wait and see, though. It's not necessarily looking like a great season right now for the Grizzlies. They come into this game obviously still going to be missing guys like Ty Jerome and Scottie Pippen Jr. Zach Edey is nearing a return. He's came back there. He could potentially be back in not too long. They've recalled him there from the G League, so there is a chance that we could see him play in this game. So looking at the numbers, the Grizzlies are getting 7.5 points. We've got a total of 232.5. Houston's 4-2 against the spread. They're 4-1-1 to the over. Memphis is 2-6 against the spread. They are 5-3 to the under. I think this is an excellent spot to take the Houston Rockets at -7.5. It's maybe a couple more points than I would like, but I do think the matchups here are going to be an issue for the Grizzlies. I do worry about their depth. I worry about how their bench is going to play, especially if Jabari Smith Jr. does not play in this game. That's something to keep an eye on, but I still think the Rockets here at -7.5 is a very solid play. Rolling right along, we're looking at the New Orleans Pelicans heading to Dallas to take on the Mavericks. The Pelicans are 1-6 on the season, just got their first win of the year. They needed that Alvarado three-pointer late in a big way, but they got it, and they do get the 4-point win there over the Hornets, who did not even have LaMelo Ball available in that game. So let's not freak out too much. Now, we liked what we saw from, I guess we'll say, Trey Murphy III. He played really well. Free Trey Murphy, guys. Get him out of there. I don't want to see him anymore there playing for a terrible team like the Pelicans. The bench is what won them this game. Queen, Alvarado, Sadiq Bey, Jordan Hawkins. Definitely guys putting in solid minutes. The starters did not look so good. Kevon Looney coming out there 15 minutes, 0 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I don't know. I don't have a lot of positives to list right now about the New Orleans Pelicans. We've already got Zion missing time, so we'll see if he'll be back for this one. Apparently not. He's currently listed as out. Yeah, he'll miss at least 1 week due to that strained left hamstring, a problem he's already had in his life, and losing all this weight, being skinny Zion, all that stuff, seems like that's not going to be fixed by this. Gonna have to throw some stretching in there or something, dude, because these hamstring injuries are really messing your stuff up. So we'll see what they do in Dallas. The Mavs, they're 2-5 on the season. Straight up not having a good time. They've lost 2 in a row. They just lost 110-102 to the Rockets. And I mean, PJ Washington putting up 29 points is great. 17 from Max Christie. Klay Thompson continues to just be terrible out there. 1 of 8 from 3, 2 of 9 from the field overall. I do not want to see Klay go out this way. Please let him reel this back because he's looking so bad out there. But things are looking really bleak for the Mavs in general. They're banged up, dealing with some injuries. Cooper Flagg not having a great time right out of the gate, although they're putting him in a terrible spot, making him run point. I just hate that for him right now. Anthony Davis injured, that calf issue. He has been ruled out for this game officially. Derek Lively with a knee issue, also ruled out for this game. So looking at the numbers, the Mavs are 7-point favorites at home. We've got a total of 225.5. The Pelicans 1-4-1 against the spread, 4-2 to the over, and they're playing this game on no rest. The Mavericks 3-4 against the spread, 5-2 to the under. I mean, I guess I'll take the Mavericks here at -7 just because the Pelicans are on no rest and they are god awful, but I have no major lean on this game, guys. Don't make me play this one. Let me stay away. Maybe you can take over 225.5 just based on the trends in the NBA this year, but this is not a game where I have any interest. Both these teams absolutely suck. Next up, we've got a very interesting game. We've got the Miami Heat heading to Denver to take on the Nuggets. The Heat have had a bit of an all-over-the-place year. They're coming off a 120-119 win there at the Clippers, so Well played there. Not the easiest place to win. The Heat 4-3, not getting a lot of respect there in the offseason. Obviously, haven't had one of their best players yet this year. Definitely one of their best scorers. So we'll see when Tyler Hero is able to come back. Andrew Wiggins, 17 points. Bam, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. A monster game from Bam. Norman Powell only played 28 minutes, 21 points. Not a bad day out there. He's been cooking, shooting the ball. It's been great. I mean, honestly, a lot of positives. Fontecchio playing really, really well off the bench. Jaime Jaquez cooling off maybe a little bit. Kellel Ware coming off the bench for 16 points. Like, this is a deep, talented team that plays hard like you would expect the Miami Heat to play hard. So, yeah, they did a great job there knocking off the Clippers. So, we'll see if they can keep things rolling in this one. Their injury report looks very, very good. Obviously, no Tyler Hero back as of yet, but that's going to happen before too long, and that could be a big, big boost for this team. It's still going to be a couple months, it sounds like, but right now the Heat are looking really good even without him, and they're heading to Denver here to take on the Nuggets, who've been a little bit sluggish maybe coming out of the gates. They are 4-2, but they've got losses to teams like the Blazers. They lost to the Warriors. They did blow out the Suns, beat the Timberwolves, blew out the Pelicans. They barely edged past the Kings 130-124 their last time out, and I mean, I guess that was a Russell Westbrook revenge game. Aaron Gordon played great, 20 points from him. Jokic, 34-7 and 14. A good game from him. Jamal Murray, I mean, put up a lot of stats. I'm not in love with what I'm seeing from him here early. The bench is very inconsistent too. Bruce Brown played really, really well, but Tim Hardaway Jr., a very streaky shooter, and that is not changing. So we'll see what the Nuggets can do. Being at home should at least help. They need a lot better play from Cameron Johnson. Jamal Murray is on the injury report here. Other than that, they are healthy. He's dealing with a calf issue. He's listed as probable for this game. So it sounds like he'll be out there. And the Nuggets will probably need him. They're 8.5-point favorites in this spot. We've got a total of 242.5. Miami's 5-2 against the spread, 5-2 to the over. Denver's 3-3 against the spread, 4-2 to the over. This is a bit of a tough spot, but I do like the Heat here getting 8.5 points. I do think they have some interesting options here for defending Jokic, so I think they might be able to slow him down at least a little bit, and their defense can slow down pretty much anybody else, and they've shown they can score it. So yeah, give me the Miami Heat here getting 8.5 points. This has the potential to be our dog of the day. Cruising through these games, we're looking at the San Antonio Spurs going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Lakers in one of the marquee games of the night. Now, the Spurs are 5-1 on the season, fresh off their first loss of the year. They went to Phoenix and lost 130-118, and by far Wembanyama's worst game of the season. The Suns were able to be really weirdly physical with him, and he struggled. A 4 of 14 from the field, a bad night from him, but he wasn't the only one that struggled, guys. I mean, Castle put up 26 points, but was still a minus 15. Harrison Barnes was a minus 25 in his 27 minutes. Like, it was just a bad night out there for the starters. Now, the bench, definitely some solid play there coming off the bench. Keldon Johnson putting up 19 points in 24 minutes. He played great, but yeah, definitely some maybe small room for concern there for the Spurs coming off this game. But I think it was just a bad game and maybe even a poorly officiated game. I think I'm allowed to say that. I don't think the NBA can find me. So yeah, not a great day for the Spurs. They'll be trying to bounce back here. Looking at their injury report, obviously no De'Aaron Fox left, but maybe a bigger concern right now for me, Dylan Harper. Going to be out for this game, going to be out multiple weeks due to a strained left calf. So that is bad news here for the Spurs. Sohan not back yet. Luke Kornet missing time. Kelly Olynyk still out. So yeah, this is not the final form here of the San Antonio Spurs. When you've got Castle, Vassell, Barnes, and Wembanyama there as your starting lineup, there's plenty of reason for optimism. So we'll see what they can get after in this one. Definitely a massive bounce back spot there for Wemby as they head to LA to take on the Lakers, who are 6-2 on the season. They've won 4 in a row, knocking off the Blazers, Heat, Grizzlies, and Timberwolves. Now, a lot of those games have been very close. Luka has missed some time. Austin Reeves has missed some time. So the injury report here, very important for the Lakers. Now, the last time out, that 123-115 win there over the Trailblazers, that was a no Luka and no Austin Reeves game, and Hachimura took over, put up 28 points. Ayton played out of his mind, one of his best, actually no, definitely his best game as a Laker, scoring 29, putting up 10 rebounds as well. We saw Nick Smith Jr. come off the bench to score 25 points. It was just a very poor effort out there for the Blazers, who just, let the Lakers bench come out and run them over. So yeah, a little bit brutal there. The Lakers played great though, no doubt about it. So we'll see what they're able to do in this one. Luka will be playing this game healthy, not even on the injury report. Austin Reeves certainly on the injury report, though, and that's going to be something we're going to have to monitor leading up to game time. Dealing with the groin issue, he's officially questionable for this game. The last time he played 38 minutes there against the Heat. seemed like that injury flared up. So we'll see. We'll see what we're able to get out of Austin Reeves in this one, but definitely a little bit concerned about what his availability will be for this game. Now, looking at the numbers for this one, the Lakers are 2.5-point favorites at home. We've got a total of 230.5. The Spurs 3-1-2 against the spread this year. They're 4-2 to the under. The Lakers are 6-2 against the spread and 7-1 to the under. This is a pretty tough spot. If the Spurs were healthy, we would probably be all over San Antonio in this one. And if we knew that Austin Reeves was going to be out, maybe we would still be on San Antonio, but a lot still remains up in the air. So definitely be checking back on that pinned comment once we find out if Austin Reeves is playing. Changes could be coming, but right now I am going to lean just a hair toward the Spurs getting 2.5 points here. It's not my favorite play of my life, but I am going to be on San Antonio as in a small way in this game. And if we end up getting confirmation that Reeves is out, maybe we could be on them in a big way. We'll have to wait and see on that. But there are a couple player props that I like in this one. First up, I like Julian Champagnie over 4.5 rebounds here. There's a couple different prices out there. At DraftKings, you can get it -160. At Hard Rock, you can still find it at -115. Definitely get in on that if you can. He's been over this number in each of his last 5 games, has the ability to have a big rebounding night against the Lakers team that has very little solid interior presence. Even if Ayton is out there, I think we could still see Champagnie getting his rebounds. I'll also take Jake LaRavia here over 4.5 rebounds at -110. Been getting a lot of minutes with Reeves banged up, and there's a chance that Reeves could sit this game out as well. So, LaRavia could be in great shape. He's been over this number comfortably in all of his last 5 games. And here against the Spurs, the Lakers are desperately going to need someone crashing the board. So I definitely like LaRavia's over on rebounds in this spot. Next up, guys, we're going to be looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder going on the road to take on the Portland Trailblazers. The Thunder and the Clippers are playing right now. The Thunder opening up a small lead there to end the third quarter. They're now up 94-86. So hopefully we're going to be in good shape there on our Thunder play. We'll have to wait and see. Oklahoma City trying to stay undefeated this season. They will be playing on back-to-back nights in this game, so we do have to keep a close eye on that injury report. Now, Jalen Williams still not ready to make his return. He's going to be out for a bit longer, so yeah, at least another 10 days until he's reevaluated. Dort, he's been missing time as well. He's dealing with a shoulder injury, so yeah, we'll see what goes on. Or no, he is going to be missing time. Went to the locker room with that shoulder injury, so we'll see if he's even available for this game. Obviously, on back-to-back nights, we have to worry about guys like Chet or Isaiah Hartenstein sitting this game out on the second half of a back-to-back, so got to keep a very close eye on the injury report here for the Thunder as they head to Portland to take on the Trailblazers, who are 4-3 on the year. They're fresh off a pretty disappointing 123-115 loss there against a very shorthanded Lakers team. Denny Adjeva, he wasn't sleeping coming into this one. He looked very, very good, put up 33 points in the loss. Shadian Sharp put up 23 points and 7 boards in the loss. The bench, outside of Jeremy Grant, looked really, really mediocre in this game. As a team, they shot 22.5% from 3. Not going to win a whole lot of NBA games, guys, if that's how you're shooting it from distance. So this is definitely a massive bounce back spot here for the Portland Trailblazers, who have been a little bit of a spunky team here in the early goings. The injury report looks pretty good. Shadian Sharp here is listed as probable, so it sounds like he's very, very likely. No reason to think he won't be out there for this game. So a big bounce back spot for a healthy Portland team in this one. We'll see what they're able to do here playing at home. They're getting 5 points as of right now. We've got a total of 228.5. The Thunder 3-4 against the spread. They are on no rest, so keep that in mind, and they are 4-3 to the over. Portland 5-2 against the spread. They are 5-2 to the over. Probably not going to get involved in an overplay in this spot, but I do think the Blazers getting 5 points here has some value. Feels a little bit sketchy here. You're going up against an amazing and very, very deep Thunder team, but got to keep a close eye on the injury report for this one, and it's a little bit of a wait and see spot, but the Blazers getting 5 points at home is a little bit tempting, especially in a massive bounce back situation. Last but not least, guys, we're going to be looking at the Golden State Warriors going on the road to take on the Sacramento Kings. Now, the Warriors last night got a nice little win there, taking down the Phoenix Suns 118-107 to give us the win and cover by a half a point. So we will most certainly take that and be very, very happy about it. Massive night out there for Moses Moody. Steph shot the ball really, really well. Just in general, the Warriors played well in that game. Did give up 38 points to Devin Booker, but that wasn't nearly enough. Jimmy Butler played well. Only played 14 minutes, though, in that game. Was still plus 17 in those 14 minutes. So definitely protecting Jimmy Butler. I think he should be ready to go here on the second half of a back-to-back. Or did he leave the game with some sort of injury? Better double check that. I wasn't able to watch that game. I was cooking up this video and some player props. We'll keep an eye on Jimmy Butler's availability. Did not come back yet to that game due to lower back soreness. So there's a good chance that he ends up missing this game against the Kings. always got to be worried about the Warriors here playing on back-to-back nights, the oldest team right now in the NBA. Now, they're going to be taking on the Sacramento Kings. They put Achua there, inked him to a contract, so that's a good, should be a little bit of a help there. They just lost 130 to 124 there against the Denver Nuggets. That's a tough team to face. Sabonis, he was a minus 14, but did have 13 points and 17 boards. Russell Westbrook, 12 rebounds and 26 points. It took a large percentage of the shots away from Zach LaVine, so he did not have a huge night out there. Dennis Schroeder continues to play really, really well there. The bench, I mean, Eubanks put up 10 points, and Keon Ellis put up 15 off the pine, so there's a lot of reason to like the Sacramento Kings team. Just the lack of defense is a bit of a problem. They gave up 130 points there to the Denver Nuggets and have not been a very good defensive team this year. Now, looking at their injury report, we do see LaVine and Sabonis both on there, two very, very key pieces for this team. LaVine dealing with a back issue. He's questionable for this game, so we'll see. I mean, he did play his full minutes in his last game, so I tend to think he'll be out there. And Sabonis dealing with a rib issue. He still played 37 minutes there at Denver. I do think he probably ends up playing in this game. Is he going to be scared of getting attacked by Draymond Green? Potentially. That is something, a valid concern for pretty much any European player. Now, unfortunately, we have no numbers for this game with the Warriors coming off, playing on back-to-back nights here. So we'll have to wait and see on this spot. The Warriors are 4-3 against spread, 5-2 to the over. They are playing on no rest. The Kings are 3-4 against spread, 5-2 to the over themselves. So this could be a potential overplay. Could theoretically be a spot we might be on the Kings, but like I said, guys, gotta wait and see on this one. That's all the games we have here for today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I get back to as many as I possibly can. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. Make sure you click the link in the description to get over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out those absolutely red-hot premium NBA props that are coming off another 2-0 day. Check out all the red-hot NBA and everything else plays that are coming out, because it's been a very, very solid day there yesterday. Definitely want to get in on those premium picks. Tons and tons of action every single day, and even more on the weekends when we got football in the mix. College basketball going, that's been off to a very, very good start there on the NCAA side, so definitely want to get in on that, guys, and we'll see you right back here, same time, same place tomorrow for more sports betting action.